October 2023 may go down in history as the greatest ever month for video games. From the AAA blockbuster sequels to a shed load of free-to-play games and everything in between. Here's so many games you won't have time to play them all. As if I could start anywhere else. Spider-Man 2. The PS5 exclusive picks up the story of Peter Parker and his protege Miles Morales. This action-adventure takes everything from the previous games and doubles down. With 2 playable Spider-Men to freely switch between, the map is now twice the size and a couple of whole new ability lists thanks to Miles' evolving bioelectric powers and Peter's run-in with the Venom symbiote. Web swinging has been added to with web wings, a glider of sorts that lets Spider-Man navigate the open world 3 times faster than the previous games. We've already seen a dozen supervillains in the demos and trailers, including Lizard, Kraven, and of course Venom himself. Spider-Man 2 looks to be unmissable and releases on October 20th only on the PS5. And my channel this month will be almost totally dedicated to Spider-Man 2, starting with some story recaps next week, so please drop by. October the 20th can't come soon enough. Another huge game dropping in October is Assassin's Creed Mirage. This will be the 13th mainline game, and almost another 20 spin-off titles too. Over the last decade, the stealth and finesse of the original Assassin's Creed games was rejected and replaced with an open-world sprawling RPG, and that's where Mirage realigns things. This is in fact a smaller, more linear game akin to the originals. We are going back to 9th century Baghdad as Basim, and his journey through life from street thief to full member of the Assassin's Brotherhood. The hidden blade and that stealth gameplay return as the core mechanics, and so too back is intricate parkour sections. Assassin's Creed Mirage will not ask for 100 plus hours of your time, instead somewhere around 20 hours for a standard gamer and about 30 for the completionists out there. Mirage hits PlayStations, Xboxes and PC on October 5th. Next, another sequel, Alan Wake 2, a survival horror game from the brilliant minds at Remedy. The premise is an interesting one, as a horror novelist finds himself trapped in a world just like those he writes in his books. Alan's been here for 13 years now and has become this grizzled John Wick looking dude, with the ability to write the rules of the world he lives in. The survival horror nature of Alan Wake 2 is cut into 2 single-player stories with the player deciding which to undertake first. That includes playing as Saga Anderson, an FBI agent who plays slightly differently to Alan Wake as she sleuths her way through many puzzles and pieces of detective work. Alan Wake 2 is here in time for Halloween on October 27th on PlayStation, Xbox Series and PC. Another juggernaut of a game is Lords of the Fallen, a successor and reboot of sorts to the 2014 game with the exact same name. Lords of the Fallen is the Souls-like game of the month, a third-person punishing action role-playing game where failure is an expectation, and slowly learning to understand boss movements is the draw, with perfect parrying and dodging the key skill needed. All leading to the immense feeling of defeating a boss on the 25th time of asking. As you can see, the aesthetic is gothic horror, and it definitely challenges Elden Ring for the best visuals in this genre. Lords of the Fallen also supports co-op gameplay with a friend, and of course the bolted-on PvP mode that tends to come with these sorts of games. October 13th is a release day on PS4, Xbox Series and PC. So those are the heavy-hitting games of October, and now we have some free games, and holy heck, there is so many free experiences that are pretty high standard this month. Starting with We Were Here Expeditions The Friendship. This game is free to download and keep as long as you do so before October 13th. After that, it goes back up to its normal price. This is a 2-player cooperative puzzler where communication is paramount. The Friendship is a cut-down, bite-sized version of the fuller We Were Here games, and this one takes about 2 hours to complete with a very attainable platinum trophy on PlayStation. I played this with a friend on PC and it worked seamlessly even though he couldn't stop shredding golden tickets. A great little puzzler, totally free for now if you're quick enough, on PlayStation, Xbox and PC, but you only have until October 13th to claim this. Next, it's finally here, My Hero Ultra Rumble, a battle royale unlike the others. 24 players take the field, each in 8 teams of 3 characters, with a simple goal of being the last squad standing. We can play as hero or villain, and a constant stream of new characters from the My Hero Academia series will be added, each with their own abilities, making finding the perfect synergy of 3 characters the likely difference between winning and losing. Customization is a big part of the game, with the ability to change costumes and to personalize your emotes. As this is free to play, that's where the microtransactions will generally be. Surprisingly, this is technically a last-gen game, releasing on PS4, Switch, Xbox One and PC, but backwards compatibility makes it completely playable on PS5 and Xbox Series. My Hero Ultra Rumble is here in September, on the 28th, literally 3 days after I post this video. And a reminder about a game we looked at last month, Disney's Speedstorm. September 28th is also the full launch date of that kart racer, packed with many of those iconic characters you watch throughout your entire life. Another free game this month is Roblox. It finally came to PlayStation 4 after 17 years. Roblox is no longer classed as a game, it's an online platform itself, which became the home of unique and creative custom games. I've never played Roblox, but looking at some of the games created, this is honestly amazing. Every genre imaginable, like this. This was made in Roblox. How is that possible? Roblox comes to PS4 on October 10th. If you have any maps you recommend, please throw them in the comments. Thank you. And wait, there's more. Honkai Star Rail makes its way onto PlayStation 5 on October 11th. From the very rich creators of Genshin Impact comes a different take on that formula. Space fantasy. The combat system is the most changed aspect when comparing Genshin to Star Rail, as turn-based combat replaces the organic hack and slash method, effectively making Honkai Star Rail most like a traditional JRPG made in China. Honkai is indeed a gacha game. A chance of drops is offered, and officially Honkai Star Rail is classed as ungenerous, which means the sorts of items you want will always be extremely difficult to acquire, and that's where monetization comes in. Although it is possible to build a quite impressive free-to-play team. And oh my gosh, we have another free-to-play game. XDefiant, the challenger to Call of Duty's multiplayer scene, was set to come out over summer, but both PlayStation and Xbox rejected the first attempt, which is quite normal, and XDefiant's game director has said that the second attempt to pass certification is already in, and now he hopes for the game to release around the 15th of October. As this is not set in stone, I'll cover this in more depth next month. Just know it's a class-based shooter with each character having their own ability on a cooldown. Okie dokie, let's transition back to premium games and do this as a speed round, because there's too many games this month. Ghostrunner 2, the follow-up to the hardcore action title in which a single bullet can stop your entire run, releases on October 26th. Perfecting a path through the countless enemies, carving them into pieces as you pass, is one of the most satisfying feelings in gaming, if a little dark too. Ghostrunner 2 is a difficult game, and therefore a demo is already out right now. You can play it to see if speedrunning with a giant sword in your hand is your kind of thing. The full game drops on October 26th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. The retro return of Sonic the Hedgehog is coming in Sonic Superstars. The iconic speed platformer returns to its Sega Mega Drive and Genesis roots, but with a much needed visual upgrade. We play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles or Amy and race to fight Robotnik and Fang the Sniper. With new abilities, zones and minigames to play through, Superstars could be the Sonic game we've been wanting since Sonic Mania back in 2017. Sonic Superstars is both single and multiplayer and releases on October 17th on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the PC and the Switch. If a racer is your jam, you be sure to check out Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. The original game came out of nowhere and quickly established itself as a solid racer that embraces velocity through collectible toy cars. Speeding through oversized rooms as a tiny toy car and bike may be a gimmick, but it works. Look out for the sequel on October 19th on PlayStation, Xbox, PC and Switch. And one more blast from the past, a collection of games in fact. This is the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Konami has smashed together a bunch of the earlier Metal Gear games, including the Solid trilogy and the early MSX games. The stealth action series is one of the most renowned in gaming history, but the technical specs suggest not every game in this bundle has received the same level of care, so maybe wait for reviews before picking this one up. There are so many games coming this month that I can't fit them into a video, not to mention the new Mario and Forza games on other platforms. October 2023 may go down in history as the greatest month ever in video games. Okay, I'm sure you're sick of my voice by now, so I'll get out of your ear holes, but first, take a few dad jokes. How do you get 20 Pikachus onto a jam-packed train? You Pokemon. One more for the road. Why did the T-Rex break up with his girlfriend? Because his ex stinked. Yeah, that's bad. Sorry. I'm Adam, you're awesome. I'll see you next time.